Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Pokemon Brilliant and Diamond with boy JJ Colombe here. Last time we explored some of the rest of Cycling Road, Route 206 and 207, and even revived our own fossil Pokemon in the form of Cranidos. This time we're going to head into this new section of Mount Coronet. Now, there's actually not too much different here than the section to the north, east of Eterna. I think the wild Pokemon are a little bit stronger, and you might actually run into a wild Clefairy in this section. But aside from that, there's nothing really too different about this section. Is there a hidden item around here? No hidden items. Now, what do we have here? My guy, this chibi upscaling, downscaling question mark did not do him justice. Mount Coronet is where the Sinnoh region began. And we just get out of his way. Come back here. I have a legendary. I'll beat you. That's what I get for calling out a computer. But yeah, seems like a weird guy. Seems like he needs therapy. This section of Mount Moon is rather short. There's an ether here. It's really short for now. There's not really much you can do because we don't have Surf. We have a Rock Smash to cut through the little path right there, but there's no difference. Most of this area is locked off until we get Surf and Rock Climb, which comes a lot later. So there's really nothing we can do at this point. That seems to be the main thing to say about a lot of this section. There's nothing we can do until we get more availability to access new areas. But here we are on the next route. More Rock Climb, more Surf, and an X speed. There's a fighting type trainer up here, so let's give Murkrow a chance to battle here. This Karate Man will pulverize me. Come at me. You have one Pokemon. And it's a Machop. How many hits will it take to kill this Machop? Or, excuse me, faint this Machop. At level 19. 1. Not even a crit either. We say one thing when that happens. Bodied. I want to learn Assurance. This is, I think, our first Dark type stab move, and we'll get rid of Astonish for that. So now we finally have some Dark type stab as well as a Flying type. The whole team is level 25 already. Well, mostly, except for Manaphy, but Manaphy, because it's a mythical Pokemon, can take a bit longer to level up, but it is only a half level behind, so it's nothing too major. Why are all these trainers such trash talkers? We had the guy who's gonna pulverize us, which he didn't, and this guy who's overconfident because of his age. Well, listen here, old man. I'm gonna teach you a lesson not to mess with the youth. That sounds super cheesy. I'm so sorry about that. How many times have to teach you this lesson, old man? Pretty sure he had an Onyx in the old games. But it's whatever. He still gets bodied regardless. Not even a sturdy Geodude. He got served by some kid. You didn't get served. You're just naturally trash. This guy has the Onyx, I think. I think in Platinum, one of them definitely has a Nose Pass. Nose Pass is actually a Pokemon you can catch in the area of Mount Coronet we just got through. And you can even evolve it in that same area, which is hilarious. It's not the best Pokemon. It's still tanky rather than an attacker, but it is a decent Pokemon to have. It hits harder than Bastiodon, at least. But I don't think we've seen Shieldon yet. Is Binding the only thing these Onix know at this point? Because these end of turns are the only time it actually does damage. Because Onix is not an attacker. It's speedy, a lot speedier than you might expect, but it has no attacking power. It has less physical attack strength than Oddish. That's not even enough for a level up. We're so close, come on. Got a Pokeball right here. I keep referencing Platinum, and I'm sorry about that. I know this is not Platinum, and I shouldn't be comparing it so much. But there are some significant differences that I do feel like I should highlight. And one of them is that in Platinum, this area is actually the first chance you have to catch Ralts naturally. We got Ralts. We got a Ralt in the Grand Underground when I showed it off for the first time, but this area here would be the first time you would catch it officially in Platinum. I think this is the first Combi we've ever seen too. It's male, sadly, so it can't even evolve. So it's trash. And a Roselia, which is going to be some good experience actually. I don't know what it is about Roselia and Pachirisu, but they're Pokemon that are not overly powerful, but still give really good XP, or at least decent XP. One friend wants to learn Feints. I will not be learning that. And Kricketune wants to learn Slash. Finally, a good normal type move. Kricketune as a Pokemon doesn't really learn good moves until now with Slash. Eventually it'll learn stuff like X-Scissor, Night Slash, it can learn Brick Break, Bug Buzz. It learns good moves, but it just doesn't have the stats to support those moves. And it's a shame because I really like Kricketune, that's why I'm using it right now. But as I mentioned, I don't plan on keeping it for the end game. And I'm not sure what I want to use to replace it yet. Like Murkrow, Roselia, and Manaphy are all set team members. Infernape is my starter, so I'm keeping that for sure. I have two more Pokemon that I'm thinking of using, but I'm not 100% set in stone yet. They're my current plan, but I'll see what I want to do for that. In this house, though, if you talk to this little lady right here, this little girl, are you forgetful? Are you the forgetful type who loses track of berries are planted? And if you tell her that, she'll tell you. Wait, what? We can buy berries here. Did she not give it to you? Well, anyway, here's the Berry Master. If you talk to him, he hands out new berries daily. And he'll give you one berry a day. That girl mentioned the town map, though. In the old game, she would give you an app for the Pokédex, which shows you where any berries are. So I'm guessing if there's any berries you have planted anywhere, it will tell you if they're ripe or not. We haven't explored these routes yet, so it's not going to tell us if we have any berries. I'm assuming that's how it works, but I don't know yet. I'll see as we continue. There's not really all that much to do in this route for now. There's a honey tree, and there's one last person here to talk to, besides one trainer I haven't battled yet. But I mean the grass, because I don't know if there's an item. Yep, jar of honey. As soon as I open my mouth. But if I talk to this guy, don't say a word. Just take it. Get away from me. Oh. The odd keystone is an item that we're going to use in the next route later. And it has to do with the underground, but I'll get to that once we get to that to the next area. But for now, let's battle this last trainer. A fantastic tableau. Tableau. Gratuitous French is gratuitous. A Mime Jr. First time we've seen this in the game. Mr. Mime and Mime Jr. are, I believe, Pearl exclusive. We are able to get them later on in the underground, but in post-game only. At least I think so. I might be wrong about that. But still, nothing can stand in our way. Too OP. And Bonsly. Bonsly is a brilliant diamond exclusive. Bonsly and Sudowoodo are brilliant diamond exclusive. But, as I was saying, never mind, I was going to say bodied, but wrong. I am wrong! Copycat, oh jeez. Copycat makes them use the same move you just used without having to... And of course you crit. So they use the same move we use on them. Including any effects that it could have, which raise their attack. But still, bodied with prejudice. That might be today's episode name, Bodied with Prejudice. But that's all this route has to offer for now, so we'll move on past this route gate into Hearthome City. What's this? It's a bunny. A baby bunny. Good God, how far could it have gone, actually? There's nothing stopping, there's the route gate, but I don't think anybody would stop him there. There's a stairwell into Mount Coronet, the path out of Mount Coronet into Route 207, potentially into Cycling Road, actually. That could have been a pretty bad situation, if you think about it. If your pet actually escaped into not even just a new out of town, if they run into a freaking mountain, well, would you follow it? In this case, in this building, this gentleman here, because it's a Poffin case. Poffins will go into detail in a little bonus episode, but they raise the contest stats of each Pokemon. I think this lady here gives us something. Oh no, I'm thinking of it something a little bit later. Never mind. So yeah, the only thing in that building is the Poffin case. But there's one other building in this city. I think it's this one. Either this one or the one in the block to the north. I think it's her, actually. Yep, Shell Bell. The Shell Bell is a held item that will restore a Pokemon's HP, depending on how much damage it deals. It's rather notorious for on fear strategies, which is having a level 1 Pokemon tank an attack, use Endeavor to bring them down to 1 HP. The damage they deal will get affected by Shell Bell, so they'll heal back up, and they can either take the next hit or just finish them out the next turn. This house here is the Poffin house. As I said with Poffins, we'll go into that when in a little bonus episode. There's a Pokemon Center here, but in the next house to it is Bebe's house. So now she knows that we know Professor Rowan. So yeah, she just properly introduces herself. She might have more for us in the post game. At least in this game. In Platinum, I keep saying that again. In Platinum, talking to her will have her give you an Eevee. We can't get Eevee yet in this point of the game, but take my word for it, it's a really good thing to get. A lot of these Pokemon here were gifts from my buddy Tony, who was not in the chat right now, but will always be welcome. But I think we did a fair amount today. We went through Mount Coronet, went through Route 208, I believe it was, and entered Hearthome City, battling a few trainers along the way and getting some more experience. Not too much, but I think it is enough for us to end today's episode. So, until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya!